I, I'm here. I'm doing a quick little stream to finish up the Manderville quests. I didn't do it yesterday because I had a splitting headache and was miserable. So that's what happened there. But anyway, let's finish up the Hildibrand quest. Let me clear my throat so I can narrate. Charlian awaits. We need only charter a suitable sea vessel. Of course, but does not the city lie many days' sail to the north? Is there no swifter means of reaching our destination? Could just aetherate there, or... So this experimental aetherite will allow us to teleport thither and thither even absent attunement. Splendid! We shall avail ourselves of the technological marvel forthwith. Oh me, did I not explain that it causes violent nausea? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that should be interesting. Also, I thought it only worked one way. Does it actually work both ways? Is there a guy in the Aetherite I don't know about that will teleport me to Old Charlian? Have I been spending 1500 gil to pop to Razatan for nothing? Probably not. But we'll see. Pardon my hoverboarding. It's this is what happens when I load into a very crowded area. Are they out here? Oh, they are out here. And they all seem perfectly fine, except for Dillian. Okay.
Oh, when you've traveled the cosmos as much as I have, teleportation is not the least bit disconcerting.
How severe is your ether sickness, Master Pipoo? I hope Dillian wasn't attached to his dinner. Ha 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 ha. Oh god, save me. So this is the City of Learning. A sophisticated gentleman should feel right at home here. Of course you're fine. You've had so many head injuries, how could you possibly have nausea? Are you not sick to your stomach? Experimental aetherites make travel exponentially more fun. Sometimes I feel as though I'm the only normal person in this group of eccentrics. But this isn't the time to succumb to nausea. Not here, in the belly of the beast. Rumor has it the Charlian secret agents travel the star in search of specimens, which they collect and bring home in service to a confidential research project. Said project is conducted in a huge underground military facility, for to find answers that was where we needed to look. Labyrinthos. Not a military facility. I say, this Labyrinthos sounds promising. I say we head down there and make inquiries as to the whereabouts of our missing alien friend. We simply take a lift from the Hall of Artifice, yes? Well, let's be on our way. Okay. Oh god, they're actually at the hall? What? Alright. Couldn't have just teleported to Labyrinthos, so... Oh well. Wonder what wacky hijinks we'll get up to on the lift. Who knows? Probably none. Probably just get there and be like, hi Hildibrand. He's like, hi, let's go down the lift and go into Labyrinthos. And I'll be like, why couldn't we have done that the first time? And they'll just be a collective shrug. That's my prediction.
Beautiful architecture. Charlian is clearly one of your more advanced civilizations.
I mean, true. The city's archives are said to be bursting with knowledge of countless peoples accumulated over the centuries. I should very much like to peruse the shelves once we've attended to our main mission. You're just so much better than Hildibrand. No, thank you. I'm much recovered. If you're still feeling poorly, my all-purpose cure can perk you right up. It's bombs. She's talking about bombs. She wants to toss a bomb at Delian, so we're all clear. Okay, now that we're clear, let's continue the quest. Ah, these must be the lifts in question. Oh god, there are wacky hijinks. Alright. Unauthorized people aren't allowed down there. Do you wish to descend into Labyrinthos, sir? My apologies, but each of your companions must also secure the proper permissions before they allow them entrance. Yeah, it's fair. If it's assurance you need, then surely a single glance is all you require to judge us trustworthy. Yep. The most trustworthy. Yep. We've got the walking disaster area of Hildibrand, a midget alien, a literal tabloid writer, and an 8-bit monstrosity. I could certainly make some judgments, but that's neither here nor there. Admission to the Labyrinthos is subject to forum policy. Forum policy, not foreign. I may have slurred that a bit. You're the ones who should be judged. I know you're hiding aliens and xenotechnology in that underground base of yours. Admit it. Funny enough, he's right, but we don't talk about that. Xenotechnology? I sincerely have no idea what you're talking about. Really? I mean, like, okay, fair enough. The Loporits didn't bring anything but bubbly good cheer. They didn't exactly bring any tech down. Oh, yet again do our paths cross in most serendipitous fashion. I don't know who this is. I don't know the voice I'm giving them. Oh god, it's Godbert. Okay. Hi, Godbert. Father, what brings you to Charlian? Of course Godbert knows everyone. Oh, I'm in search of a certain object, one crucial to the continued refinement of the Manderville weaponry. My investigations lead me to believe it is to be found here in Labyrinthos, and as you also seem to have business down below. This is my son and his bosom companions. If I vouch for their character, will you kindly allow them to board the lift? Ah, Master Godbert Manderville, the forum sent word of your impending arrival. As a member of the Syndicate, your ambassadorial status affords you an entourage of up to 5 members. Pray consider their permissions arranged. Oh, yeah, and the person who literally saved the entire world, I don't get ambassadorial status and an entourage of up to 5 members. I mean, I guess diplomats are not, magic people, whatever. I know not your current mission, but for the time being, I suggest you accompany me to the Archeon? Archeon. Just go with Archeon. Hello, Nashu's stalker. Guess you won't be joining us. Too bad for you. God, he's so stealthy. It's like he's not even there. I don't know how this lift attendant managed to catch him before he slipped by like a shadow in the night. Oh, I got the Loporit mount. That's fun. It's ridiculous also. Anyway. To the Archeon? Archeon? Could be either. Then the Great Goobal Library stuff. Okay, I have to obviously talk to these two. We're underground, but above ground at the same time. I mean, yes, there's an artificial sky. An underground archive was such an extravagant recreation of an outdoor habitat. What innocent purpose could it possibly serve? Oh, but of course! They're performing simulations to hone their strategy for aiding the aliens in their invasion of the world above. Yep, you got it. Charlian structures truly are works of art. Simply inspiring.
Ah, they've transformed the subterranean environment into one more suited to surface beings. I'm reminded of the orbital stations built by my home star.
Yeah, of course, orbital stations. Normal. We have those, probably. What an incredible vault of accumulated curiosities. I should very much like to return here once our mission is complete. Well, you can't. Well, from what Father tells me, this storage facility is replete with samples and specimens collected from every land on Aetheris. If anyone has information concerning visiting aliens and crashed starships, it would be these studious folk. The receptionist looks not annoyed. A shiny silver saucer? I'm sorry, but we have no record of any such object in our archives, either whole or in part. Or so you'd have us believe! But the purpose of this complex, this military fortress, is plain. You can't deny you're conducting secret research on alien starships. We are not conducting secret research on alien starships. Yes, we did build a star-faring vessel in the Thomazine. It was neither for military purposes nor of extraterrestrial origin. Disguising your foul lies with a sprinkling of the truth, are we? Fine, I'll dig up the facts myself. Then everyone will hear what you're really up to. While I cannot assist you with your missing craft, I do recall seeing an individual of like appearance to your companion here. You do? Where was this, pray tell? At Mariel Ergonomics in the medial circuit. The lift at the back of the building will take you down there. Many thanks, my good man. Well, well, seems you found yourselves a solid lead. I have my own search to attend to, so I shall bid you good hunting and good day. I don't know why I'm turning into Sean Connery when I'm voicing Godbert Manderville, though maybe it's appropriate. I don't know. My voice does as it pleases. Another round of in-depth inquiries by the agent of inquiry and friends is in order. To Mariel Ergonomics. Yep. Away we go. Ariel Agronomics, home of the very low poly grapes. Truly a tragedy of the highest order back in the day. Hi, Brenda Hild. What fine and juicy looking grapes! They're so aware of the player base's memes. I love it. Oh, you must be talking about one of those new Mandragora strains. We whipped up a batch of bright blue stray onions, but I'm afraid they started to rot almost immediately. Not a mandra, you say? Well, the only other bluish things I can think of around here are the grapes. But look how luscious this crop turned out. Okay. He hasn't seen aliens. Hello, Dillian. Mark my words, I'll find the evidence I require. They can't hide all traces of their alien alliance. I guess they can't. Your description would lead me to believe you're looking for one of the Mandragoras hereabouts. But as you say, it's something else you're after, then I'm not sure I can be of much help. I've only just started working here, so you may have to ask one. You may have more luck asking one of the older hands. Minogia. I don't even. Actually, now that you mention it, if I may, have you, perchance, come across an individual resembling this delightful blue ragamuffin here? What a great What a great word ragamuffin is.
Master Poo-Poo's found a new friend. Maybe they can help us find the old one. How could anyone ever mistake me for a Mandragora? We look nothing alike.
I mean, I agree, but, you know, their description of very short blue thing wasn't exactly a description that left no room for error. Oh, yes, the little blue man? I saw him with my own 2 eyes, I did, and it was no Mandragora. A gleaner in the company of an outside visitor passed through a little while back. Nothing too unusual there, only this, friend you described was scuttling along with them. I know not what purpose brought them to the farm, but whatever it is, they didn't stay here long. Hildibrand! Good news! We've spotted an alien! I mean, a different one. The one we're looking for. The one that's not with us. Wonderful! That corroborates the information I but moments ago skillfully squirreled out of this farmer. She claims to be an acquaintance of the gleaner in question, in fact, and will bring him to talk to us shortly. Oh, that's nice. Thanks for the help, lady. We should round up the others. We should all be present to hear what revelations this professional collector has to share. I don't have to physically do that, right? We're just gonna fade it to black and then everybody will be here? Yeah, good. Oh, it does quite. Oh, you're the good folks asking about the little blue man, yes? Oh, and you've brought someone who's practically identical. You must be the same species, certainly.
My friend really was here then?
They certainly were. If you've a moment or 3, I'll tell you the whole tale. Ooh. To begin at the beginning, I was in Thavnir on a procurement mission when I crossed paths with an apothecary and his unusual companion. As I mentioned, the companion was almost your twin in appearance, and the wagon they rode upon bore a damaged vessel the likes of which I'd never seen before.
Could it be?
As a collector by trade, I have certain weaknesses for oddities. Thus did I hail the apothecary to inquire after his company and cargo. The man was only too happy to share his story. He had, it seemed, quite recklessly plunged into the war-torn lands of Garlemald to sell his wares, reasoning that where there was conflict, there would be a need for medicinal goods. The state of affairs was rather more volatile than he'd anticipated, however, and he was soon forced to abandon his venture, and so the apothecary began his long trek home, only to shortly thereafter discover a strange silvery ship and its shaken pilot crash-landed in a snowfield.
It cannot be a coincidence.
I also doubt. The story continues, though. After extracting the battered vessel and its occupants from the snow, he brought them home to Razat Han. His guest wished to make repairs to the craft, yet even among the wonders of the bazaar they struggled to find suitable parts. Hearing this, I suggested they bring the wreckage itself to Labyrinthos, and after they agreed to the idea, I escorted them here myself. Alas, even the Thaumazean engineers who worked on the Ark were stymied by the exotic ship, finding its technology impossible to comprehend, let alone replicate. Little Blue Fellow eventually resorted to drafting schematics, while the engineers followed these step by step to craft the essential bits and bobs the apothecary and his companions were waiting here at Mirial.
And then what happened?
Well, once our industrial visitor had what they needed, they repaired the vessel in a twinkling. The pair then departed almost immediately, and I've not seen hide nor hair of them since. I'm told the apothecary paid a handsome sum for the engineer's services, but being typical Charlians, I wager they'd have happily forfeited the coin for a chance to pore over every square ilm of that ship. Now, I'm no scientist, but I'm beginning to think such an incredible vessel must have been some kind of starfaring craft, and the little blue man, well, he must have been an alien from another world. Or so I'd like to believe. I'm an avid reader of the Thavnarian truth, you see. I love to entertain these idle flights of fancy. No, I had such respect for you, and now it's all gone. But I've rambled too long. There are errands to attend to, and I really must take my leave. Good fortune. Can it be true? I have a readership in Charlian? Maybe I've misjudged these people. 'Twould seem your comrade was hale and healthy, Master Poo-Poo, and in the company of a Hannish alchemist of undisclosed description.
Yes, this is wonderful news. I'm grateful indeed that we made the journey.
I have a feeling this case will soon draw to a close. Come, let us return to Razatan and continue the search. Yep, back to the aetheryte that gives no one nausea, or, violent projectile vomiting. We'll be fine. Everyone will be fine. It's fine. Everyone will be perfectly fine, and Dylan won't be hunched over in just indescribable agony when I get there. I'm sure. I'm sure. Yes, I know I don't have a solid-state drive. I do have long loading screens. I'm sorry. Just gonna have to deal. It's a lot of people. Where's Dylan? He's either not here or hasn't loaded in yet. Hello, stalker. Why? Why you be here?
It's a relief to see Miss Nashu is hale and whole and still fetching. Wasn't able to sneak into the labyrinth though, so I couldn't watch over her like usual. But I'm here for now. Now and forever.
Really need a restraining order on him.
There and back again in the blink of an eye.
I don't see Dylan anywhere, so I guess he's fine. We'll just pretend he's fine. To summarize our findings, we know that Master Poo-Poo's friend is safe and in the company of a Hannish gentleman, and possibly here on this very isle. Oh ho, that does sound promising. Ah, it's Godbert again. I should have known when he said oh ho. Father, you've returned to the city. I trust this means your own investigation was successful. That it was, although laying hands on the object of my desire has been a long and frustrating ordeal, to say the least. Much painstaking research revealed to me the existence of a hereditary Manderville relic, within which slumbers the secrets of weapon augmentation. Yet though I turned our ancestral home upside down, I failed to unearth the artifact in question. The reasons for its absence became clear when I chanced upon the journal of one of our forefathers. He wrote of a visiting scholar's keen interest in the relic, and how he thus surrendered it to Charlene's safekeeping for study. Trail led me to Labyrinthos, and as it turns out, the Charleans never did find time to conduct their analysis. The custodian and I found the curio tucked away in a dusty corner in the Archeon, still awaiting processing. Boy, how rude of them. Well, you know how bureaucracy is. And procrastination. What is this? It's a literal Illuminati pyramid. You're just gonna put that in front of Dylan and we're all gonna be fine with it? Okay, well. And here it is, an oddity every bit as perplexing as Hildibrand's cipher-bound manual. How are we to liberate its hidden wisdom?
Oh, I can help you with that. These devices were made by the Mandervillians, a starting race with whom we once traded. A starfaring race with whom we once traded.
Starfaring? They're aliens? No. No. No, 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 no. No. You're not allowed. Mandervillians!
Yes, a highly evolved species with a mastery of advanced technologies. Our people shared ideas and inventions, so I'm quite familiar with your family's relic. If you so wish, I can have the device project whatever images were stored upon it. A darkened room would afford us the clearest view, however.
Then let us retire to our rooms and come on, dim the lanterns. We must behold these secrets in optimal conditions. Just water off a duck's back for Hildy there. Yeah, I'm of alien ancestry. Mandervillians. A coincidental naming? Or is there some deeper connection? I mean, the relic of your ancestors was the ones, you know, clocked as belonging to the Mandervillians by aliens. I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence. Or maybe I'm wrong. God, I hope I'm wrong.
Everyone comfortable? Let's see what the device has for us.
Why? Oh, the elephants are sitting. I thought they were all standing, like, with their hands folded. Why are they joining the show? I mean, they live here, to be fair. I guess we're inviting them. I am Godbrand, wanderer of the stars and weaponsmith extraordinaire. The first lord of House Manderville. This is the Godbrand, our founding father. I record this message that my descendants may know the truth of their cosmic origins. The tale is long, but I bid you watch until the very end. I'm guessing the tale will not be long. Heirs of mine, I am not a man born of this star, or even a man at all. I am of the Mandervillians, a race which hails from the far side of the great expanse. Incredible technology. Mandervillians are parasitic symbionts. We can only survive by bonding with other life forms. It's a goddamn goblin. Okay. Once our essence has taken root, we supplant the host's mind and strengthen its physical structures, imbuing our new form with steel-like resilience. I knew there was something alien about that impossible imperviousness. We didn't need to have an actual explanation as to why they're invincible god creatures. I was willing to just let the insanity flow over me. Shadow puppet theater, oh god. Then, through the conjoining of compatible host bodies, we produce offspring which harbor the next generation of Mandervillians. This symbiotic variant eventually takes to the stars in search of potential new vessels, adapting and multiplying. So it was that our race proliferated and spread throughout the cosmos. Until, tragically, our flourishing civilization was brought to an abrupt end. Every planet upon which we Mandervillians resided was visited by an inexplicable calamity. Our societies were brought to ruin by life forms suddenly twisted into horrific nightmares. The end of days, huh? This sounds rather familiar. So even the stars far removed in time and space were ravaged by the final days. Pooper looks sad. Desperate to avoid the same fate, a comrade and I boarded a ship and fled upwards into the starry night. Good landing. Wait, where did they get the special effects budget for a plume of dust when they crashed? And, you know, whatever. We flew and flew until we found a planet, your planet, untouched by the phenomenon. But the rigors of the journey had damaged our craft that we were forced to make an uncontrolled descent. I alone crawled from the wreckage, badly injured and near death. But even as I resigned myself to perishing on this unfamiliar world, I was found by a man who had come looking for the falling star. As a rule, Mandervillians do not take intelligent life forms for hosts. After hearing my story, however, the sympathetic gentleman offered to become my vessel of his own accord. He was himself afflicted by an incurable malady, and with the little time left to live, he seemed content to know that his ailing body could provide safe haven for another. With his blessing, I set about transferring my essence, and the man's form was revitalized and purged of its fatal frailty. Yet the mind which dwelled within was now my own. I went on to build a new home for myself here, making use of my people's technology to ply the blacksmith's trade. I wed a local lass, and together we had a child. Beautiful. Just really touching how father and son are so similar. Although not a pure Mandervillian, our offspring exhibits the same enhanced physiology, a boon I suspect shall be passed down for generations through the bloodline of House Manderville. My dear descendants, the folk of the star are most fragile, yet as the first man I encountered did demonstrate, they are nevertheless capable of surpassing love and generosity. Were you guys just ducking there the whole time? Okay. As the last of the Mandervillians, I have but one request to make of you. Pray employ your superlative attributes and my armory of Manderville armaments for the benefit of these wonderful peoples whom I hold in the highest regard. And yes, don't forget the dance of our people. It's very dignified. This doesn't explain why Godbert's wife is also a superhero. Unless there's like some serious inbreeding going on, which I don't want to think about right now. Anyway, what an astounding development. Let that be a lesson to you. Don't let social expectations not allow you to cry a river. These are the two manliest men in Eorzea. They're willing to shed tears over very touching, meaningful, and not at all silly stories. I, Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Manderville, shall heed the passionate plea of my illustrious forebear. No case is too big nor too small, should it be in service to my fellow man. Yeah, he already was kind of working for the people in his own train wreck way. He learns he's descended from an extraterrestrial being, and it's still business as usual. Of course, why would that affect him?
Wait a minute. Why is Lady Julian so monstrously strong? Is she a descendant of aliens too?
They anticipated me. No. I thought they were just going to gloss over that. Oh no. Maybe there is an explanation, or maybe not. Maybe they'll just leave it at Nashi's musings. We'll see. Well, this is most unexpected. Never did it cross my mind our esteemed ancestor might hail from beyond the heavens. I mean, I don't blame you for not assuming that. That was, yeah. But I do wonder if that self-same blood still runs thick in our veins. The family tree I glanced over some years ago that suggests that that's unimportant. And I gotta save some revelations for next quest, right? My present purpose remains unchanged. I'll bring our Manderville weaponry to the peak of perfection for Godbrand, and for the good of our star. Before I forget, I have a gift for you. Pray await me at the Aetherite Plaza, and I'll bring it to you forthwith. It's a surprise gift! We get to finally see what's in the box that was in the quest reward for so long. Can't wait. Oh, I'm here now. Okay. Cool. Hello, Dylan. Is it just you? I guess. I'm not waiting around to find out. Some truths can shatter the foundation of our beliefs when brought to light, but I have to say, this wasn't one of them. The more staggering discovery was that I have devoted readers in Charlian. Those who peruse my publication are allies against the ever-expanding webs of lies and deceptions without exception. I may have misjudged the Charlian people. They're not collaborators or architects of conspiracy. They're seekers of knowledge, unafraid to plumb the depths of the unknown. That's like we said that over and over or something. To Master Poo-Poo, though. That one still has ulterior motives. I'd bet my life on it. Stand ready. We'll have need of your strength when he shows his true colors. Instead of the normal blue. Hope you've not been waiting here too long. This is the gift I mentioned. Oh no.
Oh, it's a Pew-Pew minion.
Master Pew-Pew's earnest quest inspired me to indulge in a spot of clockwork craftsmanship between weaponsmithing sessions. I thought it only fitting that you be the one to care for this diminutive simulacrum. Consider it a memento of your adventures together. It's adorable. And as for our Manderville weaponry project, I believe my ancestors' artifact has unlocked the door to the next stage of improvements. Should you find the time to offer your assistance, announce yourself to Master Geralt. I'll endeavor to join you with the utmost celerity. Until then, dear Christy. And there he goes. The man with a lifelong war against pants. Meanwhile, in Thavner... Oh yeah, these guys. Boy. Almost forgot they existed. I'm guessing the metalhead didn't blow up. Lord Van Hoody, I come with ill tidings. Professor Lugay set an ambush for his nemesis, but was once more defeated. His current whereabouts are unclear. That blithering idiot. Yeah, accurate. Oh, is this the Thavnarian merchant? Is that what's going on here? Oh no, he has the evil smirk! Wait, is he cloning himself? Oh no. Oh, this'll end wonderfully, I'm sure. Nothing bad ever comes from cloning yourself. Definitely not questioning your identities or the clones rebelling or anything like that. No matter. Preparations are well underway. The manifestation will proceed as planned. All those clones have awfully blank stares. Why is there an airship shadow overhead? Oh, it's their airship. Okay. Clone armies. Cool. Extraterrestrial calamity, cosmically altered physiology. The first of their clan, an ancestor of quality, our godbred Vanderbilt. Truth can be stranger than the tallest tale. If I'd known if they really needed to have the lyrics up so I could karaoke it. I couldn't catch up. I'm sorry. Beautiful, just absolute majesty. Anyway, since I've already got an augmented weapon on White Mage, I think I'm going to go grab a Sage weapon so that my dungeon runs can be just incrementally faster from now on. And I'll also see the next part of the quest. God, I hope it doesn't involve oiling up Geralt again. Really would prefer that not to be the case. Let's undertake as a sage, thank you. Oh, it's you. Suppose that bespectacled fop did mention he'd made some kind of breakthrough and needed to round up the usual suspects. I shall inform his lordship of your arrival. Thank you, underwear butler. Where would we be without you? And your lack of clothing. Cristiano, welcome, welcome. I do hope you're prepared for another spot of modest labor, for I've picked a new weaponsmithing secret from the depths of my family's extraordinary heirloom. As for why Hildibrand abandoned his ciphered journals, it would seem he desired the greater security afforded by the relic's recording apparatus. That he so feared this knowledge falling into wicked hands speaks the destructive potential of what we seek to recreate. Speaking of which, the stage of augmentations will require a fundamental alteration to the weaponry's design. Hildibrand understood that individual wielders have different needs and preferences, and thus conceived of a method to modify each armament's base qualities. Essential to the process is a new type of oil known as Maxilamanderville. By subtly adjusting the precise ratio of ingredients for this crafting, we can influence the paths of ethereal conductivity as we see fit. More bloody oil. The oil's chief ingredient is, once again, derived from a meteorite, specifically an anchorite with amplifying properties. So many out-of-this-world material, but it's unsurprising now that we know the alien origins of Hildibrand's weaponsmithing techniques. Oh, yeah, Godbird isn't in the loop of that. Alien origin, you say? Little wonder I wasn't familiar with them. As has become customary, I shall prepare the bulk of the necessary resources, while you procure our supply of anchorite. Oh, aye, lovely bloody custom that is. Man of your means, I reckon you could buy a mountain of them space rocks as well. And I would gladly do so, except the merchant in question will accept not less than a specific type of tombstone in trade. As much as it pains me to impose on Chris further, he is the best equipped to handle this onerous task. It's fair. These improvements call for a drastic reforging, and it's your expertise that shall see us succeed or fail as well, Master Geralt. Fine, I'll shut me gob and do as I'm told. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting the distinct impression you have lost interest in this project. You bloody think? Look, I took the job to pay off me drinking debts. Not to manage that, I had no desire to keep working for an underdressed, overprimped, pretentious arse. I see. Admittedly, even from the beginning, your distaste for me was rather poorly concealed. And I fear such festering antagonism will adversely affect our smithing endeavors. Yes. Let us resolve our differences over a flagon of fine spirits. Or several, as circumstances dictate. All at my expense, of course. Free liquor, is it? You best be bringing your biggest purse. Ah, good. Let's get him, like, hyper drunk before the forging. Chris, you must join us. If you'd be so kind as to secure a table at the Wherein, I shall be along in short order. I guess we're all just gonna booze ourselves stupid. The hammering continues. Yes, what a perfect phrase to use. Drinks are on old Godbert. We're about to see just how deep his lordship's pockets really are. Oh, Geralt, you're just unrepentantly awful. Alright. This should be interesting. I'm guessing Godbert will drink him under the table, if I had to venture a guess as to how this will go. Oh, splendid night for spirituous beverages. Are you sure about this then, are you? I have a mighty thirst, and it'll not be slaked by the cheap stuff. What of you, Chris? Will you be following Master Geralt's fine example? God, no. I mean, I might have one or two. I'm not opposed. But I'm not gonna drink myself dumb. Very well, I shall order us all the same to start. Maybe I should have outright refused. I know how these things go. You have one or two, and then you have a dozen. It's like when you play a 4X game, and you're just like one more turn, but it's one more drink. This is how much of a dork I am, by the way. Your beverages, Lord Godbert. Enjoy. To your health, my friends. Right. No point in beating around the bush. I've hated your guts for a good long while now. So even my insides offend you, and why might that be? 'Cause for a proper artisan, devotion to your craft ought to be your #1 priority. But you're off founding a consortium, or building some fool's playground, fleecing the masses. You're a bloody merchant, that's what you are. You believe my devotion is insufficient, then? Yet our works require not only the sweat of our brow, but capital to cover the expenses, no? Thus does not a steady revenue facilitate the creative process? In that respect, my business ventures have allowed me to indulge the goldsmithing projects I could never have otherwise afforded. Is it not true that you craft kettles as a mean to repay loans, or to simply make ends meet? Would not a substantial source of wealth spare you such tedious drudgery and empower you to pursue your heart's desire? Booze! Gonna need more booze over here! Ooh boy, none for me. This is a disaster. One of us is gonna need to drive home. Well, really, sorry, really, was when you sat on your arse in the syndicate. How can you craft not worthwhile with your head buried in the political shite? You may be surprised. My participation in Uldar's governance opened my eyes to a different world, in which turn provided great inspiration for several original pieces. You can keep your bleeding inspiration. I want nothing to do with your prissy rule makers of your ilk. And then they drank more. You and your bloody reasonable arguments. Rich sergeant ain't got a clue what it's like for poor buggers like me. What you got against wearing clothes any road? We're more alike than you realize, Master Geralt. Especially when it comes to the simplicity of our attire. I mean, you do hate shirts, Geralt. He's kind of got you. Oh my God in heaven. I did mention Godbert's gonna drink him under the table, yes. So it's clear now. You're the master craftsman. I'm a sudden failure. A failure. No. How'd you? Oh, bugger. I'm sorry, excuse first, Smitty, and that it's all that matters. I mean, I know I have a pretty face, but... he seems to be mistaking you for someone else. Perhaps you could offer him a kind word? Oh, no, the trolling potential here is... Geralt, your craftsmanship is flawless, or Geralt, you're a sniveling disgrace to your profession. Okay, I want to say the first one because it's kinder, but Geralt, you're a sniveling disgrace to your profession is exactly what Rowena would say in this situation. Like, absolutely 100%. Gotta be in character, clearly. Geralt, you're a sniveling disgrace to your profession. You always give it to me straight. I appreciate that. Exactly. Right. Done weeping into my cups. I'll fix up them weapons and house the money. I'll do it for my own damn sense of pride. Well, he's deep within his muse. Beautiful. To see Master Geralt has overcome his aversion to our partnership. Splendid. Though I never would have guessed carrot juice could be so intoxicating. I was concerned for her good smith's health, you see, and had Mihail switch his spirits to something less potent several rounds ago. The Mahane's liquids are sublime, but too much can wreak havoc on a man's constitution. Well, that does explain a lot. And I'm glad I didn't end up drinking carrot juice. There was a time when I, too, devoted every waking moment to my craft. But alas, running a mercantile empire comes with its own responsibilities. Monetary woes notwithstanding, I do envy Master Geralt his purity of purpose. On that note, let's return to our appointed acquisitions. We'll require 3 chunks of the aforementioned and Condorite, and as soon as you're able. Yep. Pretty sure I've capped on the normal tomes by now. I can just buy all 3 unless they up the price on me, in which case I will experience mild consternation. Also, where are my Milpreeves anyway? Yes, the amazing matter of... Oh, I never melded them. Good. My laziness came in handy. Hooray. Jumbrunna. I require meteorites. 3 of them. 3 of your finest amplifying achondrite. Hey Geralt, sobered up yet? Hate of the furnace has me all sobered up. Let's have them special rocks then. Yeah, it was definitely the heat of the furnace and not the fact that you were imbibing carrot juice for the last 12 rounds. I reckon that's enough, but one of the things that's been bothering me was Rowena there at the Mahane? I don't rightly remember. Forget it. Let's get his lordship over here before I lose my will to forge. And so he did. Now for the finishing touch. The Maximal Manderville oil. Before we can finalize the mixture, however, you must tell us how you wish your weaponry to serve you in battle. The ratio of the coating's ingredients will greatly influence the armament's various qualities, so think carefully before you give your answer. Alright. I mean, just like all the crit. Critical hit rate. Yes. Cannot select critical hit rate again. All the determination. Yes. All the spell speed. Well, not all the spell speed, but most of the spell speed. Boy, they had you distribute your stats number by number last time. I'm glad they did away with that. Yeah. Let's go. Understood. Your wish is our command. Oh good, we don't have to see either of them get lathered up. Small mercies. Ooh, shiny. I like the glow. And 'tis done. You're holding the result of undying devotion to craft and excellence. An array of majestic Mandeville wings. Had you not so bravely confessed your grievances that evening, I dare say this degree of collaborative work would have remained unattainable. Aye, well, memories are might fuzzy on that score, but I'll take my victories where I can get 'em. As always, Chris, should you wish to enhance other Manderville weapons in your possession, you need only say the word. My diligent retainer is at your service. Lord Godbert, though it shames me to admit the expertise necessary to manufacture the Maximal Manderville oil is beyond my limited alchemical knowledge. Don't look at me. If I could mix magic potions, I'd have grown my hair back long ago. Oh, I am aware it would prove an insurmountable feat for you as well, which is I have employed a master alchemist. Oh, Christ. Huh. Bloody odd taste in clothes, but at least he's wearing some. Our newest addition to the House Manderville retinue will assist us with further augmentations and oversee the preparation of the oil. He will also be available to readjust your weapon's properties should you but bring him the required quantity of achondrite. Still can't pronounce it. This has been a monumental step forward, my friends, yet one stage remains ere the Manderville weaponry's evolution can be considered complete. Oh, I knew you was leading up to that. Let me guess, we're to sit here in breathless, breathing anticipation while you're out sorting what comes next? Precisely! Preparing the process is like to be a lengthy endeavor, so I suggest you continue breathing. The final step is upon us, Chris. Pray indulge this ambition of mine one last time. Well. Lovely. Sure. Can always readjust. That's cool. Yeah. I do want the white mage staff just for glamour purposes, so I'm probably gonna, like... Oh. Apparently talk to him for this next one. Need of adjustment. Reforge, yes. Undertake this quest as a white mage. Another augmentation, is it? Certainly, certainly. I am equipped with every tool and material required to reforge your weaponry. Every material except for those 3 pieces of extraordinarily rare and chondrite. I do apologize for singing the same tune over and over, Master Hartire, but I must ask that you supply this most precious resource yourself. Yeah, well, I don't have the tomes for that, so that will have to wait. And that will also wait. A Manderville vendor. Oh, you sell the replicas. Yeah, yeah. I can have the old Milprees and their non-glowy majesty. Lovely, absolutely, beautiful. Yes, excellent, good. Maybe I'll even make use of that. Or not. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I only had an hour for this stream. I'll be back at 8 for my usual Warframe Saturday, but I have stuff to do in the meantime. So yeah, that's it for this mini stream. Hey, thanks for stopping by if you did. I know like one person's out there at least in the viewership. I can see you. I haven't not noticed. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. This will be up on go up on YouTube as episode 38 or something. I forget off the top of my head. But yeah, I'll see you soon for Warframe, and I'll just drink like 2 tall glasses of water to hopefully repair my throat. See you then. Peace.